I have no opinion on Ents. I have not watched very many Ents games, to be frank. I just know Fresh was hyping him up before the season started, and then they didn't really do that great. They've never recovered from getting dominated by Fear X at SI. I think with all the meta teams, honestly, they just have to figure out what the fuck they want to do. The problem with every single team in the Middle East is that, like, they all have some combination of, like, actual Middle Eastern players and imports, which is fine. Nothing against that. But, like, every 3 months, they just change their roster. Because, like, they want to get imports, and they don't like their imports, then they change their imports, and then they want to go back to a meta team, and then they don't want to be on a meta team, and then they want to pick up this European player and that European player, and then scrap this guy from Brazil, and now Eden is coaching this team, and now Twister's coaching that team, and then we're dropping Twister, and then we're picking up Hellraiser as our coach, and it's like, it's non-stop roster moves every single stage. And, like, there's good players in the region, there's good players that have been imported to the region, there's good players that have left the region. There's just never any actual consistency. Seriously's kind of nasty for that one. For that one, seriously was kind of dirty. Wait, what the fuck happened to that air jab? Wait, why did the air jab take so long to pop off? What the fuck? Am I insane? He ran past that shit twice. Was that still priming? It felt like it'd been long enough. I guess it doesn't matter. Alex was the second worst player in the league after only Kanto. Tough. Too much money and not enough focus? Yeah. Chat, does Slevin ever win this? Slevin for the 4K 1v3. Imagine. I won't claim to know anything about Azox as a player, but I do think people say he's consistent a lot of the time for players that just aren't very good. I think calling a player consistent is often just a time, just means that they're not getting aggressive because they're not really good enough to play aggressive, and they kind of just do things that anybody could do. Not always, but I find that often that is the case with players that the community calls consistent. Again, I don't know anything about Azox, but I feel that's been a trend sometimes. Like, it's very easy to look consistent when you don't take any risks, because you know if you do take a risk, you're not good enough for it to pay off. No, Azox was on Ents. Azure is on ITB, yeah. He's still on ITB, right? Or am I crazy? Yeah. Yeah, ITB haven't made any changes. It looks like CD left the team. I actually didn't realize CD left. It's unfortunate. لا صراحة العكس، لا تماما العكس، ودنا نشوف تويستد ماينز يروحون ترتر سترات عشان نشوف سيريس أطول، ولكن عموما بداية الراوند العاشر كيف راح يكون؟ نتكلم عن رويال بشخصية لاين، تويكس اختيار لشخصية يانا، انفورميشن جاذرينج جدا كبير. Azure, I hardly know her. Well, no, what do you mean by that? Explain yourself. يا كونتي. على الناحية الثانية ممكن تكلمنا أكثر عن DK واختياراتهم الدفاعية. Alright, back to the top floor. J-Lo is not on the glass this time, so I think we're already off to a better start. You still don't have a great soft breach from below. You do have an Ash, which is something. You did bring Hard Breach, which is also good. Okay. Goal 1 is going to be to kill Seriously or at least push him out of bar. Seriously cannot exist in bar because it looks like you're going to be going for an office push. Oh, close from Tucano. Close from Tucano. He had perfect positioning. He just didn't hit his shots. And neither are any of his teammates. Oh, it's bad. This is bad.
بعد ما ذكرنا انه قاعد يسوي جيم سيء الحين سيريسلي يا ساتر دبل كل من سيريسلي شت داون من توكانو على الشخص الموجود اللي هو فرنشي.
Oh, they finally fixed the maps in the top right. Seriously, it's kind of nuts, bro. Seriously, is it literally 1 HP right now? Genuinely 1 health.
1v4 وحلم جدا كبير ولكن نسبة حدوثها
Give him the 4K 1 HP. Good shit from Seriously, man. No, GK, especially on defense, really running away with that game. This was their map pick, but yeah, I feel like they just outclassed Twisted Minds.
هارد لك في الماب الاول لمصلحه فريق توستد ماينز ممكن نشوفهم بالماب الثاني بشكل افضل ودنا نتكلم عن الماب الثاني لان داخلين على ماب.
Will we ever get a dynasty team ever again? With time, but probably not until Siege's popularity starts to wane. Which, despite what YouTubers on Twitter might tell you, it is currently not. Every region is pretty competitive at an international stage, LATAM. Yeah, definitely every region is not competitive at the international stage. But enough regions are competitive on an international stage that it's going to be tough to have a dynasty ever again. Who's taking a very short flight to Riyadh? So, the semifinals that we watched were Falcons versus Twisted Minds, and Falcons looked absolutely horrendous. So now it's Twisted Minds versus GK in the finals, and I just can't see Twisted Minds beating GK. Unless Sleben is secretly going to put on his best game of his career, but we'll see.
$60 million.
Siege is not dying and UB's not rushing to close servers. I mean, unironically, they're not. Like, the game is fine. There was a tweet the other day. Who's that guy that always tweets negatively about Siege? And he plays, like, fucking the finals now or whatever. Who's that guy? You know who I'm talking about. Slubleave. Shock? Yeah. Shock put out this tweet. Let me find it. I have nothing against Shock. Here. He put out this tweet. PC lost 50% of its player base, and almost all top YouTubers have come out. Have come out and said they can barely stand to play the game. Their viewership is declining, and they're working on switching games, but I'm a bad guy for saying this all a few weeks early. To say that, sorry for the betting ads. To say that the game lost 50% of its player base is one of those things that is technically correct, but is, like, very stupid to actually say to make his point. So, the last 30 days, Steam's PC player base is about 57,000 people. And that is about 50% down from its peak of 105 right after SI. But, like, Rainbow Six peaks after SI, at least historically, all the time. Like, you go back to, like, 2019, and yeah, the numbers overall were higher, but we'd peak to, like, over 100K, and then in 2 months, that would disappear, and it'd go back to business as usual. This cycle of peaking right after SI and then dropping 50% is very normal. And while the numbers are lower than they were in 2019, they're higher than they were in 2023, they're higher than they were in 2022, they're higher than they were in... They're about where they were in 2021. They're a little bit higher than they were in 2021. They're lower than they were in 2020. So, like, if you thought Siege was, like, doing pretty well in 2020, we're literally right where we were in 2020. And frankly, when you look year to year, Siege is trending upwards. Yeah, trending downwards from the fucking peak of March. But I think it's very misleading to look at this number and look at this number and just say Siege is dying. I almost retweeted this with an essay, but I decided it wasn't worth my time. Because this is one of those stats that it's like technically correct, but so misleading. I'm not saying Siege doesn't have problems. I'm not saying Siege is like a perfect game. Siege is riddled with cheaters, and that is very frustrating for the player base. And that's a real problem they need to fix as soon as possible. But this narrative that Siege is dying has existed for years and will continue to exist for years. And the funny thing is, it won't ever die. She's slamming on my Tucano until I J-Lo. Bro, shut up. 60k is like double Helldivers? Yeah. First map was won by GK. Let me put that on the HUD. That's a fair question. I shall put that there for you. There we go. And there have half of cheaters in this game. Alright, well, I assume you're trying to say that half of the 50k are cheaters. It's not quite that bad, but yeah, cheating is a huge problem. Undoubtedly. Is it a problem that's going to kill Siege? Unlikely, but maybe. Is that the flag of is that the flag of Bhutan or Nepal? That's definitely, no, that's the flag of Cambodia, isn't it? Yeah. You're hoping CAG beats Scars because internationally they look like the better team. And they're not as fun to watch. Who's not as fun to watch? I think CAG are more fun to watch than Scars. I think that's what you're saying too. That is the flag of Israel. And this definitely looks like Israel. So happy to send it. Let's go north. Palestine. Interesting. About a minute left on the clock for map 2 chat. You're fully on the CAG train, but they cannot beat Scars to save their lives. Shaq, can I have a bless you, please? This is happening... Oh, this doesn't happen until the weekend, the Japan qualifiers. Yeah, we're not going to watch the Japan quals, but they should be, we should know by Sunday morning who has qualified from Japan. Again, my plan is we're watching the MENA quals today, which is this game right here, 1-0 for GK. Tomorrow, we're watching the Hispanic quals. Which they're playing this tonight, but these won't be on stream. And then tomorrow we're probably going to watch this game and this game. But we'll watch whatever gets streamed. Friday, I'm not streaming. Saturday, we're going to watch North America, which should have these two games getting played. These games are played on Friday, but they're not going to be broadcasted, unfortunately. So Saturday, we watch these games. And then Sunday, we watch this game from North America and... this game from Europe. These games, if you're a European, will be on Friday as well. Or sorry, will be on Saturday as well, but I don't think I'm going to stream them. Yeah, it's literally just time zone. Thank you for the bless you. All right. The timer is over. I'm looking at casters talking right now, so as soon as they jump in the game, we'll go watch that. And this is a tough one in GeoGuessr. That helps quite a bit. South Activités Professionnelles. That sounds French to me. So I think I'm gonna go in rural France. I'm gonna say northern rural France. Like there. Pretty good. Felt northern just because like the vibes gave me almost UK vibes. And northern France and the UK look pretty similar, vibes-wise. I need to lead a team to an SI win. Not a chance. If I were to lead a team, that team would be so fucked. That would go so poorly. I assume by lead you mean IGL. The problem is I just don't shoot straight enough. And I'm not a very good IGL. I'm great at looking at the game from like a top-down third-person POV and like talking about why stuff's going right and why stuff's going wrong. But that's much more suited for a broadcast than for a team. Is that an IKEA? I don't know what these bollards are. I could maybe be a team analyst, but like the stats that a team needs and the stats that a broadcast needs are very different. Yeah. So I'd have to like remake basically all of my stats, which I could do, but it would take me a lot of time. I think that says 30 kilometers per hour, so we should be in Canada. Front license plate. Red flags. Could be the... No, I don't know. Maybe that's 30 miles an hour. It just feels like a very... Ooh. This is, I think, a Toronto sign. Right here. I could be talking to my ass. I don't know what team in Toronto would be rocking red flags. Maybe it's just a Montreal Canadian team. That one's kilometers. There you go. Could be Ottawa, I guess. I don't think Ottawa has these types of signs, though. I think it's Toronto. Nice. Two years ago, 6K won the Mexican R6 Stage 2. Wikipedia's a little silly. I would definitely not be better than Fabian. All the chat saying it couldn't be East because of there was no French. You're not going to see that common French in the middle of Toronto. Like, on official signs, on some things, certainly, but not on road signs like that. That's Russian or Ukrainian. This looks so weird, though. Wait, where the fuck is this? It looks like we're in, like, Southeast Asia. But that is, like, surely Russian language, right? I wonder, we might be in, like, Montenegro. That's what my heart says. Nope. Nope, that was Vladivostok. Interesting. I did not think that that looked like that at all. That's really interesting. I don't know if I've ever gotten Vladivostok. Every single sign on the highway in Toronto is in French. I mean, you didn't see the signs that we were looking at, though, Flynn. It was like, the signs were like, this neighborhood is protected by Neighborhood Watch. And, like, no parking after 10 p.m. Those types of signs aren't going to be in French. And they weren't. And we were in Toronto. This is a tough one. They still haven't started map 2. This is a tough one, because this one, it's tough to say if it's Europe or North America. This stop sign, though, is pretty North American. I mean, I guess they have them in Europe, too. I'm gonna say NA. This could be like rural Saskatchewan or something. I wish you could read this sign. I cannot tell if that's in English or not, unfortunately. I feel really good about rural Saskatchewan, Manitoba. Somewhere rural in the prairies. I'm gonna go Manitoba. Right there. Oh my god, he's crazy with it. Did I not tell you that shit was Manitoba? Nuts. I don't have any explanation for that. The vibes were just Canadian prairies. This will be Europe. Again, I'm really bad at European bollards, so I don't really know. This would tell a better player than me what country we're in. I'm gonna say we're in, like, maybe Czechia? Who knows? Germany. Not bad. This screams North American infrastructure. This almost gives me Edmonton vibes, to be honest. I'm not going to say we're in Edmonton. The fact that I can't see front license plates is really annoying. The game is starting, though, so I got to send it. I don't think we're in Edmonton. Let's send it Toronto. Dude, I'm crazy with the Toronto guesses. I know the city better than Flynn. All right.
يكون بان فريق الاول مونتي
نفس الشيء.
مونتي كالمعتاد ولكن جيكي
Back with it.
لان على حسب الماب راح يكون نتكلم عن يينغ غالبا او دوكيبي. اتوقع دوكيبي كابيتاو. اوكي جيكي قرر انهم يبندون كابيتاو على الناحيه الدفاعيه عندنا.
It just felt so nice yet kind of small, kind of out there. It gave me kind of like it felt too nice to be America, to be honest. It felt rich enough that it was like a very Canadian suburb. And then I probably would have picked Edmonton if not for the lamppost, because I've never seen anything like that lamppost in Edmonton in my life. So I just thought, you know what? Toronto has nice lampposts. Yeah, it looked like a nice little Toronto suburb, you know? 100%. Alright, we move on to map 2. Now, this is Twisted Mind's map pick of Border. Wait, what is this? Bank? Not Border? I need to visit northern Colorado. I've never in my life confused Toronto and Colorado. Colorado has mountains. There were no mountains in that GeoGuessr round. I think it's pretty hard to confuse Toronto and Colorado. If it looks any richer than that, you're in Oakville. Okay. Yes, map 1 was won by GK in regulation. Congratulations to Flex for winning the channel points. I give you one more prediction. Who wins bank? Are we seeing a map 3 with Twisted Minds in regulation? Are we seeing a map 3 with Twisted Minds in overtime? Are we not seeing a map 3 with GK in overtime, or are we not seeing map 3 because GK win in regulation? I'll give you 2 minutes. Bet your channel points now.
انا اتكلم لك اياها كمعطيات انك تقدر تسوي كاونتر
Looks almost identical to
لازم تفتح كل الهاتشات.
Estes Park, Colorado. If you're in town, you can't really see the mountains. You're usually going to be able to see the mountains.
تحتاج تخلص من الماي سبوت، تحتاج تخلص من الجويو كانسترز.
And GeoGuessr, end of the day, is an odds day. I'm sure you can find one spot in every city that looks like that. The difference is Colorado, Denver might have one spot that looks like that. Toronto has 100. Right? Why are Falcons so bad now? Because every time they get a good player, they drop them. Falcons might be one of the worst managed teams in all of Siege. I actually cannot... They just make literally the worst roster moves of all time. Losing GK and Noodle was just... GK. Losing Leader and Noodle was insane.
بالتالي تويكس ما عنده اي فكره عن تواجد لاعبين جي كي وعن تمركزهم، والحين في كت روتيشن ممكن ينزل على ناحيه السيرفر. تويكس الحين قاعد ياخذ كونتست عليه الى جانب الشخص اللي هو سليب الى ناحيه البول. اتوقع
Or not Noodle.
انك تحاول
Sorry.
تتجنب السي 4 هذا اولا.
Who else do they have?
ثانيا ممكن ان السيريس
Was it just Leader they lost?
بيك او بيكين، ممكن انه يحاول يضايق لاعبين تويستد مايند.
I think it was just Leader.
يسوي شيفتنج
My mistake.
الركات او الهولد حقين لاعبين تويستد بحيث انهم يغيرون الهولد حقهم ويعطي اريحيه للاشخاص الموجودين ناحيه السيرفر. تشوف رويال الحين بالدرونات اللي قاعد تنزل.
They were both on GK. Right. Leader subbed in for one day, didn't they?
ناحيه الفولد.
Yes.
نشوف البوش لانه قاعد تتكلم عن
They still should have kept Leader. They had the opportunity to play more with Leader, and they didn't.
لكن بنفس الوقت فريق تويستد راح ياخذون السيناريوهات اللي كانوا قاعدين يخسرون هواتف. نشوف دروب ناحيه الالفيتر وناحيه سيريسلي 40 ثانيه على المارك. سيريسلي عنده ايرلي انتري على ناحيه الالفيتر بالنسبه لهذا الراوند اقول انتري. ونشوف ايضا تريكس قاعد يجهز الى ما يبدو ممكن انه يطلع من ناحيه الجراج، ممكن انه ليت بوش من ناحيه الجراج لانه قاعد يطلع من ناحيه الباك اوفيسز. الحين نشوف سيريسلي بالهولد.
Falcons got lucky at SI at Scars suck. Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know, man. I don't think Falcons were ever that good. I don't know how they made it to the Gamers 8 Grand Finals against BDS. I don't have any explanations for that. Maybe they rigged it. I think they were just a little bit unexpected and hard to read, and that gave them the benefit of the doubt for a bit, or that gave them a bit of an edge for a bit. Hello? 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 If Royale loses this gunfight when the stream unfreezes, he's the worst player I've ever seen. Also, why are we frozen? Oh my god, we can see up here in the top right. I think he won it. Yeah. They don't realize that he's downed, though.
When I tell people what I do,
Who the fuck is this guy? Do I have to sub to the Esports World Cup Qualifiers channel? Are you kidding me, bro?
tell us what's in. Oh, sorry.
I'm not gonna do it. I've subbed to far too many channels. We're back.
ما قدر فريق جيكي انه يتعامل معه، عرفت؟
Alright, Twisted Minds won that round, rightfully so.
ممكن ادفانتج من ناحيه البوش من داخل الجراج لو ان في حد جاء ليه.
It's not the extension.
ممكن كان عطى ادفانتج كبير. والتايمينج ان تويكس رجع من البلو ستيرز، رجع الى السايت، كان الهاتش مفتوح لما كان كي فاتح الهاتش. غريب انه ما كان في فولو اب انه اوكي في واحد في البلو ستيرز قاعد يرجع، لا تخليه يرجع للسايت. فاهم علي؟
They have the best players in meta. Their coach and IGLing suck, IMO. I would agree with that. They have the best players in meta, so GK just buy players outside of meta. And then GK have the best players in meta. They have the best Middle Eastern players. They don't have the best players in the Middle East, if that makes sense. Just like how Spoit is the best player in North America, but he's not the best North American player. Also, he's not anymore, but he was in NAL. I think Anaton's one of the smartest players in the game. We're not going back to arguing about NJR. I don't want to talk about NJR every single fucking stream. He's good. He's not as good as Twitch chat wants to make you believe. Anyways, Anaton is a really good player, and I think people to this day still underestimate Anaton because they just see him as a Monty player. But he doesn't even play Monty anymore.
دقيقتين ونص على المارك والراوند توه بادي. انتري بوينتس قاعده تنفتح من مصلحه فريق دي كي، يحاولون يجمعون انفورميشن قبل لا يدخلون او يقربون حتى من الانتري بوينت. التعامل الاكبر راح يكون على ناحيه سكوير ستيرز. اختيار غريب جدا الصراحه، لازم انك بوش ستوك وجينيتر، ولكن دي كي
Twisted Minds was terrible for the picked up 3, 4, and tier 2 players. 100%.
الويندوز الى جانب في شخص قريب من الاي تي ام.
I still think Twisted Minds are just not really on the level of GK.
الحين على ما يبدو انه ما في كامات موجوده على ناحيه اللوبي ايضا، ونزل كول عليها من ناحيه.
I think GK are like far and above the best team in meta.
والوقت اللي وصلنا عنه
Not probably as extreme as like Bliss are in Australia, but like decently close. I'd be shocked if anyone other than GK won this qual. Every region is terrible until they pick up EU players. Bleed aren't terrible. Bleed don't have any EU players. Wait, I guess they do now. Wait, never mind. Now they do. I forgot. I haven't watched them since they picked up leader. All right. All right. You know what? Fair.
ننتظر ونشوف مع بعض كيف راح يدور الوضع او كيف راح يدور هذا الراوند. ننتظر ونشوف، لان لا تنسى الانجلات اللونج انجلز ممكن تتكون.
Onyx Ravens were 1 round away from making the major over GK and they fell off.
ويوقفون هذه اللونج انجلز اللي قاعده تصير. ننتظر ونشوف. اتوقع شاف تواجد.
Fair enough. I also think the meta format outside of Esports World Cup is really bad. Like I think if Onyx Ravens actually had to play a best of 3 to qualify to a major, GK would have smoked them.
ننتظر مع بعض 3 ضد 2. البلانت خلاص بدأ انه ينزل. ما اتوقع انه في سي 4. يب ما في اي سي 4. راح يبدأون يلعبون.
Where is bro going? Slevin, what are we doing? Why are we here? How did we get here in the 1v3, Slevin? Ask ourselves this question. You're playing the Wamai. Your job is to hold stock and or Kanto. And yet here we are, running up the spiral stairs in a 1v3 post plant, shitting bricks, 11 HP, 0 information, pre-firing every angle you can think of, and getting shot in the back. Tough one. Tough one. Like how I could use Beast Coast as an example, but I use Bleed. I mean, most teams in North America and Brazil don't need European players. I took his question to mean regions outside of the big 3.
فعلا شفنا كي قدر انه ياخذ اكسكيوت على الشخص الموجود بالجينيتر. وخلينا نذكر شغله ان الشخص الموجود
Like Europe right now is a step behind North America and Brazil on the international meta. Not a big step, and not even like the meta. Them saying they're behind on the meta is probably not fair, but just in terms of like the level of play, they're a small step behind. They're very, very deep, and their region doesn't like. Europe is the best region to export because you can't really export Brazilians because most of them don't speak great English. And it's easier to export Europeans than North Americans because it's cheaper to fly them places. Because generally EU salaries are lower than NA salaries. Although tier 2 NA salaries kind of don't exist, so that's not really a factor anymore. And I think NA players are less willing to explore the world. Map 1 was 7-3. So Europe exports the most players, but they're not the best region.
قاعد يصير له كاونتر جدا قوي من ناحيه جي كي، وعلى ما يبدو ان جي كي يتعاملون مع الثيرد ستراتينج افضل من لاعبين فالكونز. عموما نشوف كيف.
Yeah, I mean neither region really has salaries for tier 2, so that point is kind of mute. But if you're trying to snipe a player from like a mid-level EUL team, you're probably going to have to pay less than if you want to snipe a player from like a mid-level NA team. Like it's probably easier to snipe a player from Secret than it is from Oxygen, right?
proximity alarms موجوده، عندك امباكتس موجوده، كام واحد بس رويال بشت داون جدا ممتاز، قدر انه يقتل نسكن بيك جدا مبكر ويسوي شت داون للشخصيه المزعجه او الاكثر ازعاجا.
It's crazy to me that Sloth and Blur live in South Korea on a team no one has heard of.
راح يفيدهم بالاشياء الثانيه.
Hey, don't forget Wafers there too.
نزل كول ممكن إن ميوت يرجع يسوي ريبليس او يعدل.
I said this early on stream, but Mir Management reached out to myself and I think Fresh as well for recommendations on like which coaches would be good to pick up from NA and which players would be good to pick up from EU. And Wafer was not the only guy, but one of the guys I recommended that they pick up. And they sent him the bag and they picked him up, so fucking right. It'll take some time, but I really do hope that Mir roster turns into something. Because I think their organization is like an org that really cares and really like wants to make something out of their team. It's gonna take some time though, for sure. You're wondering how Mir has the funds? I mean, they're just a well-funded South Korean company, right? Like, Mir are not paying the salaries that, like, PSG are paying for fucking Fabian and Pengu, right? Like, I don't think the players and coach that Mir bought... Trix is kind of nasty here. Hold, Trix could win this. He probably doesn't, but Twisted Minds might troll hard enough that he does. Nah, it's pretty hard to troll. And Tucano's too smart of a player. Yeah, they win. You've never heard of Mir in any other esport? But esports is so big in South Korea that there's a lot of South Korean teams you've probably never heard of that are like actually very well funded. And again, I don't think they have to pay that much for those players.
فتحوا من السي او حاولوا يحطون بريشر على الشخص اللي موجود بداخل الاركايفز اذا في شخص بالتيلرز والاركايفز اللي هو كان الميرا لكن ما في فولو اب يعني ما في حد ماسكه هناك ليش لان الجنتر ما كانت
They have 350 followers on Twitter. Yeah, I mean they're a newer org. That doesn't mean they don't have money. Again, Korea is literally the biggest country in the world when it comes to esports.
لعبوا فيرتيكال او فتحوا الفيرتيكال.
The funding is there.
لعبوا على الجنتر وهذه يعني انا اشوفها الغلطه اللي صارت في الراوند السابق.
Gorgano was the best player on the Kawana roster. Yeah, I would say definitely other than Benja. I mean, I don't even know if he was second. I don't really have a thought. I don't have strong opinions on the old Kawana roster. I didn't watch them enough, but Benja's definitely the best on that team. I'll say that for sure. Yeah, in South Korea, esports are like nearly more popular than any real sport. I think baseball is still more popular than esports in South Korea. But I don't know, man. You take all of like League of Legends and StarCraft and every other game combined, Valorant, Overwatch, esports might be more popular as a whole. Alright, basement defense from Twisted Minds. GK got to get a couple of rounds back here. They'd like to go 3-3 on this half, yeah? Basement is going to be kind of tough. Just because it's the strongest side on the map. But that's a good start. That's a good start. They can get some picks on the roam, they're feeling really happy. That's an insanely bad Capcan trap. Oh, Warden almost trolled there. Royale nearly trolled, but they're fine. It's still going to be tough to push this bomb site. Capitao is banned out, so you can't play that. You are going to have Grim. You're going to have Grim, you're going to have 2 smokes, 3 flashes. Slevin does not need... If Slevin dies here, he's actually trolling. Yeah. Back off the second you get drones. I don't mind him sticking around for like a cheeky one-tap. He's placing a new Goyo canister on the on the elevator. Okay. If they can Twitch pop some of these Goyo canisters, they might be able to go for a server plans. There's 1 C4 and 3 Toxic Babes. They can put together a good plans here. If they can pop the Toxic Babes with Twitch, smoke from the hatch, dodge the Toxic Babes, and dodge the C4, which is possible because there's not that many of them. There is a lot. It's not going to be easy. They could get a plant off here. They have pretty good time too. That's the second Toxic Babe at least. Might be the third. Oh, actually J-Lo. That's such a stupid play that it works. Why is he so far up the stairs? Tucano shouldn't be dying. Tucano dies in the smoke actually. Oh, J-Lo's getting kills from the hatch though. J-Lo has won them this round. I don't know that he needed to go for that flank, but he does it and it pays off. Little bit of lack of discipline for GK, not be able to catch that flank. Beautifully done. Siege isn't even top 10 of the games that PC bangs in Korea, but it's still going to be more popular than like a lot of other countries, right? Just because esports is crazy in Korea. I think K-pop is the most popular sport. Toucans is nuts, but every time you watch him on 86, he DC'd. That is tough. No, Toucans has definitely been the best player, in my mind, on Twisted Minds. Like, obviously, he's not played great against GK. I guess Royale is 6-2 right now. But in their game against Falcons especially, and even map 1 on Chalet against GK, Toucanis has been a really, really good anchor player for them.
بالضبط تكلم عن تقدم 3-1 لمصلحة فريق تويستد مايندز. شفناها يا محمد في الماب الفات. ايضا كانوا تويستد مايندز متقدمين بنتيجة 3-1 وايضا كانوا متواجدين معانا يعني في الديفند. ولكن شفنا جي كي بعد ما راح للديفند قدر انه يثبت النتيجة.
Alright, now we're top floor. This feels like GK needs to start getting some. GK at least need a 2-1. They need to win one of these next 2 attacks. This one would be the one you'd like to have the most. Sleb in a very standard stock hold. I feel like the stock hold has kind of fallen out of favor for some teams. But you kind of have to do it. I was gonna say I like when some teams have held on a zombie here instead of a Wamai, but with the zombie being banned, like if you don't hold this, you're feeling really, really sad. So it's a tough hold. It's a tough hold. We'll see what Slevin can do. They are gonna be pushing stock side. قصيرة المدى نتكلم يعني هذا جراند فاينل ولكنه بيست اوف 3 فبالتالي اللي يفوز راوندات اكثر هو اللي بيفوز بكل بساطة يعني صح انك تاخذ يعني راوندات ولكن انت مطالب انك تخلص الجيم. I like how quickly they're getting things open. Stock wall got an angle in it now. Square wall was opened a little bit extra, I think. They're using a lot of these X-Kairos. Like I don't know if that X-Kairos was really worth. Specifically when they still need to deal with, I was going to say mirror windows, but also castle barricades. Good Twitch play. They've just lost both Twitch drones now. Often we've seen players just use a mirror window in the pocket. They've used the second one here to help protect Janitor. But we saw teams in the Element qualifiers, I think it was Nyx's team, I can't remember, literally play one mirror window from Janitor into CEO, and then as soon as that one got popped or exploded, he just put down a second one right next to it. It got like Ash charged, and then he immediately put down a new one. They have 2 smokes if they want to repel in here. Alright, they're repelling in now. Frenchie's getting in the building. He's in. He's not in a plant spot though. He's just outside of Banana. Twix is going to have a C4 down below. I'm worried about that. Oh, and Tucano is nasty, bro. This guy's nuts, dude. This guy's nuts. Spank defense win rate high or low? It's about 50-50. It's one of the more attacker sided maps for sure.
يعني تتكلم عن راوند فقط اللي قدروا
Especially with an Azami band out.
GK. هل حيقدر يكمل تويستد ماينز بنتيجة 5-1؟ ترى حتكون جدا صعبة لأن تويستد ماينز في الأتاك
We might be going Oregon.
شفناه داهم
We
كان
might be
جداً
going up
صعب.
to Oregon.
صراحة
Which I'm actually pretty happy
أنا
with.
أشوف إن
I want to
GK
see Oregon.
تحت يعني تحت ضغط كبير بحكم إنه تتكلم عن 4-1. يعني إذا جابوا هذا الراوند ممكن نسبة كبيرة إن تختلف الأمور بحكم السويتشنج سايد. لأن تويستد إذا نتكلم إحصائيا في الماب اللي فات ما قدر يقدم الأداء المتوقع منه في الأتاك. ننتظر ونشوف مع بعض. وجود الكلاش كاسل آخر مرة شفنا فيها كلاش وكاسل أو عفوا كلاش و يعني شخصيات أو خلينا نقول شخصيات الهولد بالسايد تفوق فيها عناصر فريق تويستد. هل حيقدروا يتفوقون هذه المرة أيضا ولا فريق
Open area with a clash. And it looks like you're not starting the clash on the top floor. What are we doing with this hold? I want to see what Twisted Minds are doing here. It's a castle Mira setup. It's likely that, yeah, at least one of those Miras is going to go top floor.
مثل ما قلنا تويستد عنصر المفاجأة هو اللي قاعد يلعب اثبتهم او قاعد يلعب
They are not touching the north side of the map whatsoever. They've used 6 reinforcements on these north walls and they're mute jamming them. So they don't want to fuck with north walls at all. Which is fine.
بشكل ساحق دخلوا فيه GK.
But like they're also seemingly not. They're holding like one guy above right now.
الحين آخر راوند قبل السويتش
And I think both mirror windows are being used in the site.
على بعد راوند واحد.
They've got like no map control. Is my concern with this hold.
لأن seriously كالمعتاد هو
They've set up a base for sure. They got a little bunker going on here with castles and miras and clash. But like they've got no map control. It's basically Twix ratting top floor in the elevator, and then everybody else is just in the bomb site. And you've just droned out the rat up top. So he's fallen off. So you're giving GK all of top floor, all of basement, all of north side mid floor. And they have no EMPs, so they actually can't deal with your mute jammers. Wait, they actually brought 0 EMPs. They might struggle with this hold. Is stock hatch reinforced? I imagine it is. There's no Kaid, so they can open stock hatch regardless. They have can openers. I think it's open actually. Yeah, it's definitely open. I'm worried they're just gonna use this top floor on GK and open all the floor and then just get like a vert angle or some shit on this clash. Pinch this from multiple directions and then it's just GG. I mean, it's a nice angle from Tucano.
ننتظر ونشوف مع
But I think you just sprint past it and you're fine.
يحاولون يبتعدون عن أي لعب aggressive.
They're impact tricking the triple wall now.
وهذا قاعد يخدمهم أكثر وأكثر. ولكن أنت تتكلم عن هذا راوند مهم جدا لمصلحة GK أكثر من أهميته خلينا نقول لتويستد لأن إذا خسروا GK في هذا الراوند
They're out of impacts, but I think the wall's still closed, right?
ممتاز جدا. عندنا حاليا فلان قاعد يصير ولكن يا ساتر.
Bro, the aim is just not there. Okay, they've got the wall open now. They're gonna go for a square take. I think this is the wrong way to push this. They need this guy on stock hatch to do work. Who is that? It's Buck. It's X-Key. It's the guy with 14 health. X-Key kind of needs to cause some chaos here. If they're all pushing in square door, they're gonna get absolutely stuffed by the mirror window and the clash. This is like the worst possible angle you can push from. X-Key has to do something right now. X-Key has to do something. Wait, he went open area? He's in? Did they get off plant? No, they shot him. They downed him. Okay, okay, okay. I think that was like the worst way you could have approached that setup.
راوندين يفصلهم على انهم يروحون الى الماب الثالث. ولا تنسى ان
I believe that's like not a good setup on paper, and GK just like did horribly at problem solving that. That's the type of setup that I feel like Twisted Minds knew for a fact GK wanted to go for a square take, so they just built their entire setup around a square take. And then GK just like didn't bring the right operators, didn't ever adapt to trying to push like stock or trying to push up the basement or trying to like open up the castles from lobby.
فريق تويستد، والحين تويستد مايندز داخلين على اتاك، والله يستر من
It's really bad.
فريق تويستد مايندز.
Hateful, I don't know anything about basketball.
لما تبقى من هذا الجيم، لان في حاله تويستد مايندز خذوا الراوندين هذه، فاننا رايحين على ديسايدر ونتكلم عن
I think they did nade the mute jammers, which is fine. But then they also got a lot of their hard breach impact tricked off. Like that's a two-way street, you know. Nades going above the reinforcement. So I think they only got like 1/2 of one Selma off. Yeah, we gotta go to map 3 now. I'm quite disappointed with GK's on the attack here. I thought they'd do better than this.
يلعبون فول سترات ويلعبون بستايل لعب مختلف. فالصراحه قاعد احب يعني قاعد الموضوع.
Now, Twisted Mind's attacks on Chalet were also pretty terrible, so this is actually not guaranteed. It's not guaranteed to go to map 3 here, but I'd certainly say it's likely.
لا لا الموضوع قد يجيب نتائج، قد يجيب لك مابات، والحين ممكن يجيب لك الماب هذا اللي قاعدين نتكلم عنه اللي هو ماب فن. بداية هذا الراوند يا كونتي ونشوف كيف شخصية سموك محاولة للبلان دينايل وأول راوند دفاعي ممكن نشوف دي كي.
I'm gonna leave you with this round, chat. I'll be right back.
ياخذون هذا السيريس. الموضوع يعتمد على أول 3 راوندات الصراحة، لأن تتكلم عن 4-5 في حال جابوا ال3 راوندات هذه، فإن نتيجة جدا ممتازة. تويكس راح يكون ليت انتري على ناحية الجراج، ولكن على ما يبدو أن تويكس لازم يدرون زين عشان يعرف أن في الرير تراب موجود على ناحية الأنجل ستار، ولكن الموضوع هذا ما هو عند تويكس، لأن صراحة السبوت الموجود فيه في الرير تراب جدا ممتاز. نتكلم عن أول كول من ناحية تويكس، يحاول يعطي تشويش في الصوت بحيث أنه يمدي. أوكي على ما يبدو أنه في رش من توكانو، فعلا توكانو يسوي رش، ولكن في الرير تراب جدا ممتاز، يسوي شت داون له ويصير شت داون انتري دينايل جدا ممتاز. تريكس ويل بلايز ترابس منك يا تريكس.
الديفيوزر معاه، الديفيوزر موجود في الفولت بالضبط. فهل حنشوف يعني سيناريو صعب على تويستد يا محمد، ولا الموضوع للحظة هذه؟ يا ساتر الفليك من جايلو، يا ساتر الفليك، فليك سريع بدي ام ار على فرنشي، راح يقدر يجيب البيك لمصلحته. ننتظر ونشوف مع بعض 4 ضد 4.
على ما يبدو ان فرنشي راح ياخذ قيلولة، فبالتالي الحين دقيقة و8 ثواني بدون فرنشي، فراح نشوف كيف راح يكون هذا الراوند، لانك قاعد تتكلم عن 4 ضد 4. توكانو الشخص اللي سلم الديفيوزر للفولت، وفرنشي الشخص اللي تم ارساله الى النوم. سيريسلي يسوي شت داون على تويكس، ونشوف الحين محاوله انتري، ولكن الدينايل جدا ممتاز من ناحيه نسكن الشخص اللي يقتله اللي هو تريكس، ولكن في شخص بالسايت 1v4 محاصر جدا رويال، والراوند الاول راح يروح لمصلحه فريق جي كي عاجلا ام اجلا، لان رويال جدا محاصر لا مع ديفيوزر، ولاعبين جي كي راح يلعبونها سيف عشان ياخذون هذا الراوند. وخذ بالحسبان ان في جويو فولكينو موجوده على ناحيه السيرفر، فرويال مسوي برون على ناحيه السيرفر روم، منتظر اي شخص يبيك يحاول ياخذ اي لين اوف سايد يسهل عليه ال1 في 4 هذه، ولكن البرون هذا ما راح يفيدك، وفعلا يحاول يسوي برون. يا ساتر شت داون رائع جدا من رويال، ولكن الحين حاول انك تتعامل مع الميرا الموجوده، انجلات جدا كثيره مفتوحه عليك، ولا تنسى ان
How the fuck did Diffuse Kick get the gold?
لا ننسى الجويو فولكانوز اللي على ما يبدو اللاعبين.
How did they let Diffuse Kick get dropped in gold? This guy is so fucked.
ممتازه من سيريسلي، ولكن خلاص الراوند 5 ثواني.
Alright, that's 1. That's 1 out of 6. 0-6 on attack and half would be disgraceful. They only need 5 more.
راوند اول جدا ممتاز، جول جدا رائع، وعلى ما يبدو قاعدين نشوف في شويه استعمال نفس افكار
Tucano dropped gold hatch with kit. Jesus.
ننتظر
Okay, we'll
ونشوف
rewind real
يعني
quick.
تتكلم عن اوكي
هذا الراوند، لانك قاعد تتكلم عن 4 ضد 4. توكانو
Wait, Tucano dropped early. What the fuck?
بالضبط. فهل
Wait, how early did this fucker drop?
الراوندات هذه فان نتيجه جدا ممتازه. تويكس راح يكون ليت انتري على ناحيه الجراج، ولكن على ما يبدو ان تويكس لازم يدرون زين عشان يعرف انه في الرير.
He's in lobby. He drops the defuse kit. He re-picks up the defuse kit.
السبوت الموجود فيه في الرير تراب جدا ممتاز. نتكلم عن اول كول من ناحيه تويكس، يحاول
He pops the hatch. He hot drops the hatch. And he gets a kill? He gets full blind by Fenrir. Holy shit. Yeah, that's fucking insane.
جا كم باك من جي كي في هذا الماتش.
Tucano, we were just hyping you up. Don't pick the Osa. Don't go from that awful hatch drop to the Osa. I'm begging you. For open area of all bomb sites on this map, please don't stick the Osa. Please don't stick the Osa. Please don't stick the Osa. If you're gonna bring Osa for top floor, fine, but not for open area, dude.
تمام.
Surely not for open area. There you
طريقة
go.
تويستد
There
في
you go.
الأداء. مرات تحس تويستد
I
عندهم
would have done the
جاهزية
same.
للماب، ومرات تحس لا في اشياء يطبقوها بطريقه خلينا نقول يعني في استعجال، فاهم علي؟
صحيح شفناه فالكنز من ناحيه السليب ومحاول انه نفس الماب ايضا بي يحاول يدخل.
We got Sentry being played.
يوم اخويا كانوا قاعدين يبشون من ناحيه البول.
Sure wish I knew what utility he had. Barb and C4. Sure.
توستد وبنفس الوقت الموضوع صعب شوي ولكن راح نشوف الحين محاوله.
Surprising there's no reinforcements on the printer wall. Makes it kind of scary to play where Trix is playing right now.
قاعد يحاول يفتح اكثر عدد ممكن من نقاط الدخول. ودنا نتكلم شوي عن اتاك فريق جي كي لان تكلمنا عن ديفند جي كي تكلمنا عن ديفند فريق توستد. جي كي قاعدين يتاخرون بالبوش اي نعم ولكن انت عندك السيت اب عندك الاشياء الجاهزه او الاشياء المحفزه انك تسوي اكسكيوشن ولكن
This has got to be one of the best drones in the game. It's not new or anything, like everybody does that drone, but like goddamn is it good. Hard to see, hard to notice if you're a defender. Single-handedly basically denies a bandit trick on Kanto wall. Really good.
الوقت قاعد يلعب ضد جي كي فجي كي بالبدايه كان قاعد يسوي كاونتر الحين جي كي قاعد يصير له كاونتر فالحين راح نشوف كيف راح يكون دفاع جي كي لان فرصتهم للتعديل راح تكون عن طريق الدفاع نتكلم عن 2-5 او الران خذوه من بعد السويتش.
I mean he's eating drones. 4 drones left alive on the side of Twisted Minds. That's pretty good. That's pretty good from XKey. And he gets out like he's alive for now too. He can play janitor with the shotgun. XKey's in a good spot. It is possible he gets pre-fired and died. He doesn't really have any help. Seriously is the closest help he has. Actually, Seriously is right there. Never mind. He's long desk.
باقي عندهم 4 درونات بس يا كونتي باقي 4 درونات بس فريق تويستد مايندز فبالتالي
It's getting late. It's getting late. These two need to decide if they're sticking around or if they're dropping. Looks like XKey already dropped. Seriously is sticking it out top floor. That's a pick. That's a pick. That's 2, baby. That's 3. That's 3. That's 4. No, it's only 3. The kill feed didn't show up. I love our game. There's no bugs in Rainbow Six Siege at all. Frenchie shits on Tucano there. Oh my god. And now Slabin... If Slabin wins this, the Sonics have to pick him back up. If Slabin wins this, Super needs to re-sign him ASAP.
ولكن 1v3 وانقلات كثيره ولازم يسوي ريتيك للديفيوزر الموجود خلف البوم موضوع جدا صعب على ما يبدو انه ما يدري عن الشخص الانجر.
I think if GK play this smart, this is unwinnable.
ولكن خلاص 1v2 خلها 25 ثانيه يدري عن انه تريكس انجر سوي له شت داون 22 ثانيه والبلان قاعد ينزل ولكن
Do they have a C4? They do. I think, unless it was in Valk's pocket. God, I hate this fucking shitty ass, awful dick ass HUD. XKey has a C4! He ripped it, that forced him to get off. Nice. How ticklish are you? I'm not gonna answer that.
هذه ثاني مرة شوف نفس السيناريو يا محمد.
2 rounds. 2 rounds out of 6.
يعني
Don't count out GK yet. Don't count out GK. This Twisted Mind teams is bad.
نتكلم عن
Don't you underestimate how Twisted Minds might fail attacking this map.
شوف في بعض المشاكل قاعد يواجهوها تويستد حاليا. هل هو بسبب
Frenchie playing really good for a new pickup? Yeah. Yeah, not bad to say about Frenchie. He was good through map 1 as well.
يعني قاعد توصلنا لهذا الحال. على العموم هنروح الى السايت التوب فلور السي او احد السايتات اللي يعني شفنا افضليه ممتازه لعناصر فريق تويستد مايندز ضد فالكون في هذا الماب. اذا تتذكر يعني راوندين ورا بعض في هذا الماب قدروا انهم ينتصرون على فالكون. هل حيكون جي كي عندهم خلينا نقول ستراد معين او هولد معين او طريقه معينه؟ خلينا نشوف مع بعض.
Wasn't Blaz on GK and Noodle? Yep.
يحاول راوند واحد يعطي الامل جي كي ويرجعهم مجريات هذا الجيم. نتكلم عن يعني التاخير اللي قاعد يصير من ناحيه تويستد.
Blaz went to G2, Noodle went to M80.
هذا يبين لك ان جي كي نجحوا بانهم يطبقون اسلوب تويستد.
So now they got Frenchie and Neskin. Hell yeah. Many people have said, who is Frenchie if not just Blaz? And who is Neskin if not just Noodle? Very similar players. Many have said this.
فرنشي الشخص الموجود على ناحيه
GK at Atlanta won the most maps against W7M, Clubhouse twice at a 7-4 score. The only other team that took maps off W7M was Los in the grand finals. That's true. That's true. This is the team that beat W7M on 2 separate maps. I guess the same map. But they've made a lot of roster moves since then. They're not really the same team. The core is the same, but I think the important players left.
يخليها 5 ضد 4 الحين فريق تويستد مايندز في حاله يحسد عليها في حاله جدا ممتازه 5 ضد 4 فريق جدا ممتاز والشخص الاهم
That's a really good line charge.
سيريسلي صار له شت داون دقيقه وخمسين ثانيه على
This is tough. This is gonna be the hardest bomb site GK have to defend, and they've got to defend it at least once.
ولكن ما عنده انفورميشن.
However, Tucano is on the OSA, so this should be a free win for GK. They have 1 C4, no impacts. Don't love that, admittedly. Don't love that. No smoke.
ليش ما فتحت الستوك فبالتالي الموضوع هذا ممكن يرجع عليك سلبا يا فريق تويستد مايندز شوف كيف راح يكون هذا الراوند لنا ما تبقى منا الا دقيقه و20 ثانيه.
There is 1 smoke on the attacking side. Can they get the feet? They can't get the feet. They don't do any damage to him either. Fuck, it's gonna be a successful OSA plant, isn't it? Fuck. No, the OSA got value. No. I know where Frenchie is too. They have to jump out, right? Ace is outside. No way! No way! Wait! Slevin, you're trolling! Slevin, what the fuck are you doing? He actually just sticks it! Osa's the worst fucking op in the game. I can still maintain that, even though she was actually pretty effective that round. What are we doing, Slevin? What is going on? Bro is like on the fucking square windows. Hello? Hello? It was a good distraction, I guess, JL. But like, you got one job if you're Slevin. Holy shit. Yes, it's actually Slevin, the same Slevin that played on Secret and on Sonics. Slebzilla he's going by these days, but it's Slevin. Oh my god. Chalet was 7-4 for GK. You thought he retired? No, after he got dropped from Secret, he said he was looking for offers, and then now he's just showed up and is playing with Twisted Minds. Which honestly, for Twisted Minds, even getting all the way to the grand finals and maybe taking a map off GK, again, they've lost 3 attacks in a row. We'll see if they can't win at least one more, they're not winning this map. They're going to be on attack in overtime, most likely, too. So they're going to have to win probably... actually, no, it should be their pick. So they probably chose defense. Yeah, they should be fine. But they need to win at least 1 attack this game. We'll see if they do it. But in any case, this is a pretty good result for Twisted Minds. Top 2 in the meta qualifiers. Looking like they could push GK to a map 3, but they need an attack. Seriously goes down early again. That's back-to-back early deaths from Seriously. It's a lot less bad this time, though. I mean, you're holding a very strong bomb site. Trix has iron sights for some reason. You're holding a really strong bomb site. You're playing the Goyos here. Your utility is already down. You did give up cams. That phone is hackable. It's a little dangerous, a little scary to hack, but you could hack it. The default in the back of sight is like probably the only one you care about. At least once this roamer falls back to sight. Oh, nice! They get the pick, though. Fuck. I actually think the default cam might have helped them with that. Oh, there is a bulletproof in sight as well they're watching. In garage. Okay. Fuck.
ونشوف الحين كيف راح يكون الهول. لو ودك يا فريق تويستد
If GK flank here, they're gonna die. They need to be smart enough to know that they just need to win this on time. Twisted Minds are gonna hold this flank. Please don't flank here. Also, this glitch is really annoying. These two players are on the same team, but one is blue and one is red. Anyways. They need to win this round with their Goyo canisters, their Toxic Babes, and their C4s. The problem is the Twitch has likely popped all of the Goyo canisters at this point. I don't know how many C4s and, or they already wasted their C4. Oh no. 2 Toxic Babes on smoke is all they really have. And now smoke's been droned. They're gonna get pinched from main stairs eventually. Frenchie starts us strong. They need to hit this Toxic Babe. Wait, they killed the... No. Tucano is... he's just in deep. Wait, Tucano died to a fucking Goyo canister. Neskin was able to pop it. Nah, it doesn't matter. Twisted Minds win their first attack, and that is a tough bomb site for GK to lose. Fuck.
ماتش بوينت لمصلحة فريق تويستد، وبنفس الوقت يا محمد تتكلم عن ايش؟ تتكلم عن
They just scrim defense rounds.
في الماب الأول في شاليه، تتكلم حاليا 6-4 لمصلحة فريق تويستد.
That's crazy they got a Goyo canister kill in the midst of that. I would have assumed they would have all been popped by the Twitch, but clearly somebody was doing a good job shooting Twitch drones.
بالضبط. الراوند الأول بالضبط. الراوند الأول اللي مات فيه سيريسلي قدر عناصر فريق جيكا انهم يرجعون بالنتيجة.
I'm 30 seconds behind the mainstream. That doesn't matter.
لاعب واحد يموت ايرلي صعب جدا انك تسوي هولد بالبيسمنت.
Los have made moves. Los have made some really good moves. Los have signed Wizard from NIP, and they signed Arthur, the IGL of E1 that made it to Manchester. I actually think Los have made really good roster moves this offseason. I think Los will not finish dead last in North America in Stage 2. I don't think they're going to win the major or anything crazy, but my take is that Los will be better than last. They dropped, who they drop? Bursa and Rise, I want to say? I'll double check, I'm not sure. Officially, they haven't dropped anyone, I guess, but I think Bursa and Rise are the players they're not playing with. Yeah. So they're still playing with Sexy Cake, Farius, and Legacy, which I think are the right players to drop as well. I really like the Los roster moves, actually. I think they cut their 2 worst players, and I think they've picked up 2 players that I think are quite good. So. They played in the Brazil World Cup quals, and it didn't go very well. They lost. They were eliminated by W7M in a 2-1 series, and then they lost in the upper bracket to Black Dragons 2-0. So, I mean, they didn't play horribly. They lost to pro Brazilian teams. And they got a map off W7M, who will be at the Esports World Cup, and is a pretty good team in Brazil. I would say they're a top 4 team in Brazil. After E1 got kind of gutted. You're not wrong. GK giving up another ridiculous pick that they need to hold on to with Frenchie going down. At least it's not Seriously this time, but Seriously looks like he wants to be the second opening pick. I guess it's not an opening pick if it's the second. He's still playing quite aggro. Do they stick around here is the question. They kind of have to because they really don't want to be in a man disadvantage. Okay, you got your pick? Leave. Leave. You got your pick. Get the fuck out of here. You got your pick. Good. Good. 4v4 and time waste? Why is Smoke in load office? Wait, what are we doing? Oh, it says rotate back. Okay. Yeah, okay. That's fine. Unorthodox? But that's fine. I was lost for a moment. Why did mini siege just crash?
كلهم متواجدين على ناحيه السد. شوف استعمال جدا متاخر للتيتي، ليش ما تعاملتوا معها من قبل ويحاول يدمر بروكسيميتي الارم اللي ما منه فايده.
Something to do with the plants that I implemented recently.
الاستعمال الثاني للهارد بريد.
I'll bug fix it later.
وحتى قدروا يفكون الهاتشات. هذا يبين لك ان كي كان قاعد يلعب لعب جدا ممتاز وقدر انه ياخر تاخير جدا ممتاز. الحين اليوتيليتي كله مستعمل من ناحيه فريق كي، ما عنده امباكت واحد وبارب واير واحد هو المتبقي. ولكن على الناحيه الثانيه تشوف ان فريق تويستد مايندز درونين هي الوحيده اللي معهم الى درون
Yeah, the spectator UI is really bad.
وسموكين موجوده.
Okay, GK. To stay alive. They win this round. Time is too good. Yeah. Wait! They got the last kill! Wait, all Trix had to do was stay alive for like 0.6 seconds. Oh my god, Slevin the GOAT! Slevin is really good, never mind. I never said anything bad about this guy in my life. What was the timer at when they got that last kill? I thought it was Jover.
شوف استعمال جدا متاخر للتيتي، ليش ما تعاملتوا معها من قبل ويحاول يدمر بروكسيميتي الارم اللي ما منه فايده الصراحه. ولكن خلاص دمر الحين. ونشوف الاستعمال الثاني للهارد بريد.
These teams are so poo.
حتى قدروا يفكون الهاتشات. هذا يبين لك ان كي كان قاعد يلعب لعب جدا ممتاز وقدر انه ياخر تاخير جدا ممتاز. الحين اليوتيليتي كله مستعمل من ناحيه فريق كي، ما عندهم الا
0.6
واحد وبارب واير واحد هو المتبقي.
Why'd they change the UI? My understanding is the biggest reason is because the old UI on the side blocked out Deimos and Fenrir's operator specific UI. Okay, diffuse kit goes down right there at 4 seconds. No, it's literally on 0. The clock literally hit 0. And then he died. That clock showed 000. That was less than a 100th of a second.
You probably already know. But how does
Bro, shut the fuck up. That's crazy. That's actually insane that he lost that. And they weren't planting, obviously, either. You mean to tell me GK suck after dropping all their good players? I still think GK win this game, but they're going to get slaughtered at Esports World Cup. Oh my god. I did see the Esports World Cup trophies. They're kind of unique. I kind of like them. Holy bro. Europe is Friday, Saturday, Sunday. The Friday games for Europe will not be streamed. Why would you get in a sauna in Saudi Arabia? Good question. Yeah, so the Europe quarterfinals here are being played on Friday, but they will not be streamed. Saturday, upper bracket will be played for Europe. Those will be streamed, but I probably won't co-stream them. And then Sunday, I probably will co-stream. We'll see. It's at 9 a.m. And that game will be streamed on Sunday. They asked some talent. They didn't ask me, but they asked some talent for feedback. But that feedback didn't really result in any changes for the UI. Yeah, EU round 1 is a bunch of rematches, as is NA round 1. I think Brazil was too, right? Because Brazil's first round was Liquid Fluxo, FaZe, Nip, etc., etc. And in the open quals, they had FaZe, Nip, Liquid Fluxo, yeah. So the reason why they're always repeating is basically just because they're resetting the seeding and they're using the same seeding, is my understanding. So it's like, it's intentional. It's not random that these games are all rematches in Europe, Brazil, and North America. It's basically just poor design. It's basically poor planning. It's like an unfortunate byproduct of the way they seeded the closed qualifier after the open qualifier, which definitely could have been foreseen, but they kind of dropped the ball. All right, 4 minutes left on the clock. We're going to geo-guess for a little bit here. Map 3, winner goes to EWC. Winner makes EWC. All right. I would say 4 to 5 minutes till we get map 3. Only one of BDS and Virtus Pro can make the Esports World Cup. That is correct. Because Virtus Pro got such a low seeding coming into this tournament, they play BDS, and unlike in Brazil, there's no lower bracket, there's just a third place game. So in Europe and North America, if you lose your one and only quarterfinal game, which are all not going to be played on stream, don't forget, you're just immediately knocked out. So if you're a fan of any team, and really in North America and Europe, and your team loses in quarters, I'm sorry to say it, but you just don't ever get to watch your team play. Brazil gets a lower bracket because they're qualifying 4 teams instead of 3. So for Brazil, if they didn't have a lower bracket, these games would all just be auto qualification spots. Because if 4 teams make it, then there wouldn't be any need for a third place match. I agree. I don't think BDS are going to lose a Gamers 8 tournament. What the fuck kind of... Actually, what country is this? We're driving on the left. We have yellow road lines. We look like we have a front license plate that's like small and European. It doesn't give me... It gives me North America vibes, but we can't be in North America. We're driving on the left. It's actually so bright that hurts my eyes. Where on earth could this be? I'm guessing Southeast Asia. Maybe Japan. Wait, this has to be Japan. Driving on the left. This looks like a little Japanese little truck. Japan has trees. I'm going Japan. Goated. Why does Brazil get 4? Because the decision of what region gets 4. Here's what probably happened. What probably happened is they said, we want to do a Rainbow Six Esports World Cup. We want to have 16 teams. They said, great. In Rainbow Six, there's 3 good regions and like 6 bad regions. So we're going to give the 6 bad regions 1 team each. That means we have to divvy out 14 more slots. Sorry, that means we have to divvy out 10 more slots. That's enough for 3, 3, and 4. Which team's the best in the world? This was probably a decision that was made right after SI. Well, Brazil must be the best region in the world. They had the top 2 teams in the 6 Invitational Grand Finals. So we'll give Brazil 4 spots and North America and Europe 3 each. Japan has trees. Was I wrong? Was I wrong? VP were rolling in the open quals. That's true. That's true. I just expect that when everything's on the line, BDS will step up. But could go either way. Where the fuck is this? My best guess for this is Brazil. I don't think we're in Europe because I believe these like grounders are pretty rare in Europe. The road just doesn't look like it's North American at all. And we got some like kind of reddish soil here, which kind of gives me Brazil vibes. I think we gotta be South America. We're too green for it not to be South America. Because the poles don't look European. The road doesn't look North American. I'm going to go Brazil. I'm going to go, like, up here in Brazil. Hawaii? Never in my life do I go Hawaii, bro. That's insane. Alright. Your next show... Wait, what day is your show on, Axon? I might go. Casters are currently just chatting. August 2nd. That's very far in the future. I don't know if I'm busy. Probably not, though. It was this island of Hawaii. Kauai. It was right here on the western portion of, like, one of the most western islands. This is just immediately England. Not a clue where. Sure. Kauai. No Alems and no Renshi. Technically true. Although, well, I guess they did win their last Saudi tournament before EFAC joined the team, didn't they? You've been to that island. It looked pretty beautiful. Looked like Brazil to me. This gives me Mexico vibes, I think. It'd be nice to see like a Coca-Cola ad to confirm it. Sun's in the north. Hard to see a license plate, which would also help me confirm if it was Mexico or not. If it's not Mexico, where do I go? Is this not like some Mexican soccer team? If it's not Mexico, I don't know where it is. Maybe like, I don't know. I'm going Mexico. I'm going North Mexico. I'm not even sure Ecuador is a real country. That shit sounds fake to me. Casters are still just chatting, waiting for the next game to start. Zero. The nice thing is the Esports World Cup is not a minor. Chickens everywhere. I'm gonna keep that in mind. Next time I see a chicken, we're going straight to Kauai. Green little license plates here. What the fuck is this? Is this Taiwan? The language definitely looks like East Asian. I just can't tell. I have no idea what language that is. It could be Mandarin, though. I wonder, are green license plates ever Macau? Because that kind of looks like the colors of Macau. That's an insane guess if we go Macau here. But I've never seen green license plates before in my life. It's probably Taiwan, but I'm going to send Macau. Fuck it. It was Korea. All right. Not even close with my other guess. Fuck. Korea, that's a meta pick? How do you know Korea? Is it just the green license plates? Hey, game is starting. All right, map 3, winner goes to the Esports World Cup. Are we going to see the best team in the Middle East, GK Esports, head into the Esports World Cup, or will we see a new challenger, Twisted Minds? It did look like some level of Chinese, but it wasn't. Okay, congratulations to those who believed in Twisted Minds, most notably Axon. We'll start a new prediction. Who goes to GWC or EWC? Will it be Twisted Minds in regulation, Twisted Minds in OT, GK in OT, or GK in regulation. 2 minutes, bet your channel points now. You just kind of recognize Korean things over time from when you dated a woman in Korea. Interesting. Yeah, I didn't really get Korea vibes at all. My vibes were saying Taiwan. Even before I saw the language and thought the language kind of looked like Mandarin. There's a chicken breed unique to the island of Kauai, and they're allowed to run around everywhere. That sounds amazing. Oh, she was just Korean. You've never been. I see. I've been to Korea, and I didn't get those vibes. All right, I'm going to fill up my water for this Grand Finals Map 3. Here we go.
انتري دينايل بحيث انهم يسوون بلان دينايل واخيرا محاوله انهم يسوون كاونتر لليوتيليتي الموجود من ناحيه فريق تويستد ماينز. ليش؟ لان فريق تويستد ماينز عنده ما يقارب الست فلاشات وجرنيدين، 2 اي ام بي جرنيدز و2 هارد بريتشز و3 درونات راحت منهم بالدرونينج فيز بس، فبالتالي في يوتيليتي مجنون، يوتيليتي جدا كثيف راح يتم استعماله من ناحيه فريق تويستد ماينز. الحين ننتظر كيف راح يكون مجريات هذا الراوند يا كونتي.
نشوف مع بعض الراوند الاول بين الفريقين. عندنا كي دمج بشكل بسيط، اتوقع راح يبدا انه يتراجع. ايضا حاليا 8 اتش بي من كي، هو كان قاعد يلعب اجريسيف. يب تويكس راح يخلص على كي. وعندنا حاليا رن اوت صار من اللي هو سيريسلي كان يحاول يجيب بيك ولا لا، ما قدر انه يجيب البيك، خلاص راجع. وبنفس الوقت عندنا سموك كايرلي بيك يا محمد. ننتظر ونشوف.
Chat, please don't say the chair is a better streamer than me. Unironically, when I get up and leave, I usually come back to more viewers. Maybe I should just let the chair stream. Joe with the show cat? I was actually just in the living room, and Indy is literally lying on the couch, cuddling with Jess. So we definitely can't do a show cat. I'm so sorry. It's illegal to harm the chickens, so you can go to KFC and see chickens chilling outside. I like the implication that in other areas of the US, were a wild chicken to wander past KFC, the workers would jump out the building, catch it, and go cook it up inside. That is fun, though. I'd like to go to Hawaii. I've never been. Maybe one day. GK, impossible challenge. Don't give up a pick in the first 30 seconds. And please don't give up your smoke in the first 30 seconds, bro. That's the most important operator in the entire server right now, and you've lost him immediately. Lovely. Big Island raised myself. Do you grow up in Hawaii? That's so sick. Twin 8 is tough. Ooh, this Goyo canister. Oh, he's nuts! Tricked! The Scorpion Tamer himself! I was about to say the Goyo canister is nuts that it's still up, but he gets both headshots anyways. The Goyo canister didn't even matter. J-Lo ain't got it in him. Trix is on all cylinders right now. Trix will shit on this guy. Trix about to swing. Trix about to swing. Trix about to swing. He did swing. It was just a little bit of a baby bitch swing. He ran away instead. Okay, well, that's fine. Frankly, probably the better move from Trix. Whatever. You're perpetually bright red from sunburn. Tough.
بشخصية السموك كان من الممكن انه يسبب ضرر كبير، بس الدبل بيك او اللاين.
You still live in Hawaii?
مصلحة تريكس بداخل البلو خدمه بشكل كبير. ولا تنسى ايضا
What's the time zone in Hawaii?
لو ان تريكس رجع من الروتيشن وسكر الوول كان انتهى الراوند يعني بصعوبة.
Now you live in the UK. Damn, you really went from one side of the earth to the other.
ما كان عندهم هارد بريتش غير النفط.
تماما مافريك كان الامل الوحيد لمصلحة فريق تويستد، فبالتالي يوم انه يموت فانت قاعد تخاطر بشكل كبير جدا، خصيصا خذ بالحسبان انك دايت وسايت البيسمنت، فما عندك مناطق دخول.
You really downgraded, eh? You went from a beautiful tropical island to a depressing, rainy, awful island. That's pretty tough. Hawaii's only 2 hours earlier than Pacific. I thought it'd be more.
الصراحه انا كان
So it must be what?
لأن
Like 10:45 a.m. in Hawaii right now?
عندهم فيها انفورميشن يعانون بشكل جدا كبير. توستد بدون الانفورميشن ديس ادفانتج جدا عظيم، وكانك بترت يدهم اليمين او يدهم اليسار ما فرقت، فانت قاعد تحرمهم من واحده من اكبر ميزات
Kiribati plus 14 time zone.
خصوصا انهم اتاك، فيوم تاخذ شخصيه تمنع الانفورميشن عنهم فبالتالي انت قاعد
Rain beats most things. I actually do love the rain.
هي جدا كبيره، قاعد تمنح فريقك الراحه الكامله بالموفمنت داخل الماب، وقاعد تعطي
Hawaii always rain too.
يحب يسوي ستيل، يحب يسوي روم.
People not from Canada always hype up snow.
بالمود يمدي انه يقلب راوند.
Snow is fucking miserable, man.
عموما دقيقتين و20
I'd take rain over snow every single day of the week.
الراوند رقم 2 كيف راح يكون تشكيله، لان عندك
I mean, a nice sunny day is probably the best case scenario, but...
الثاني على التوالي مطالبين بانهم يقربون من السايت، ومن ناحيه الاتاكيد راح يكون
Anyways, GK were able to win a basement bomb site despite feeding their smoke immediately into the round because Oregon is a super well-balanced map.
ليش؟
Now they go top floor, and they've set up a lot of util that Twisted Minds have so far done a pretty terrible job of destroying.
على طاري اليوتيليتي نشوف ايضا استعمال جدا ممتاز من نسكن، الشخص اللي يحول
He's gonna move the Surya gate.
القانوني حقته.
It'll mostly be a big window take, so I don't know if it matters too much anyways.
فبالتالي
If they kill this Warden using a combination of the Deimos and the Buck, they're feeling really happy. Because Warden's not in a good spot, and he has to think that there might be a Buck coming for him soon. Yeah, they target him with the Deimos, and now here comes the Buck. Well, they don't get it done. I actually don't know where Buck is. Is he even downstairs? Yeah, he is. Oh, the Buck died. What the fuck? What the fuck? All right. It was the right idea. Wrong execution. These like random mute jammers in the middle of the floor are actually so underrated. That's something not enough people are doing these days, like in ranked. Why are we jumping in big window when you know kids isn't cleared and you didn't smoke it, you didn't flash it, you didn't grim it? I swear to God, Twisted Minds just cannot attack, man. I know it's Oregon, it's a tough map to attack anyways, but like, some of these decisions.
وجود الميوت جامر يا محمد خدم عناصر او خدم خلينا نقول تريكس خصيصا انه قدر يمسك البيج ويندو.
Snow is pretty. Snow is pretty. There's a picture that went around Twitter that was like, how can you not choose this over sun? And it was like a beautiful snowy street. Snow is beautiful until the next fucking morning when you gotta shovel like 4 feet of that shit off of your driveway, and then it just melts a little bit. It turns into brown mush. Snow is not beautiful. It's beautiful right when it falls, but the thing about snow is it stays there, and it sticks around, and it melts in with the mud, and it gets all brown, and it gets very not beautiful. Taurus, that wasn't even creative. Taurus, I might ban you. I might time you out for that one.
صعب على جي كي من ناحية الهولد بس بنفس الوقت انت تتكلم عن يعني
Yeah, like when you're adding in salt and sands. Yeah, someone from New York knows what I'm talking about. It's the exact same shit, you know, in Canada. Like, a busy road when there's a lot of snow is just disgusting. It's so gross.
منعت الانفورميشن لتويستد ماينز، تحس انه مثل ما ذكرت انه تحس ان ايد تويستد ماينز تنكسر لما ما يكون في جامرز. على العموم خلينا نشوف الحين كيف راح يدور هذا الراوند، نشوف كيف من الممكن راح يتعامل عناصر فريق جي كي وتويستد ماينز.
بدايه هذا الراوند سيريسلي يحاول انه ياخذ كونتست.
Driving in snow is pretty bad too, yeah.
لانه كان يبي يرمي سي 4 وعلى ما يبدو انه كان في شخص ماسك على ناحيه سي 4. نتكلم عن تويكس اللي قاعد يستعمل الايرجابس حقته، اوريدي استعمل 2 من الايرجابس حقته جدا ممتازه الاستعمال، ولكن على ما يبدو انه ايضا عنده درون على ناحيه الجيم روم، ففي درون على ناحيه الفيرتيكال، فهذا يبين لك ان سيريسلي راح يكون في عليه اكسكيوشن جدا ممتاز. تويكس اللي قاعد يمسك الدرونات، في درون على ناحيه الدور.
Driving in snow is just kind of scary too.
على ناحيه الجيمز
Like, everybody's had those moments where you just like swerve out into a fucking 4-way stop in the middle of traffic because you underestimated how icy or snowy it was and you can't brake on the ice.
ولكن سيريسلي عنده دروب
Not fun. Not fun.
بيك جدا ممتاز يسوي شت داون 4 ضد 5 في بدايه هذه الراوند بدايه هذا المجريات عندنا نسكن ايضا على ناحيه الوايد لا ننسى يا كونتي.
This looks really good for GK already. You get the opening pick from Seriously up above. You've got a C4 ready to pop and get you a second pick.
عندنا ليجن على الوايت ستيرز لسه موجود هناك ولا لا؟
They're opening up attic. Interesting that the attic was reinforced to begin with.
هاتش الميتنج يا محمد.
XKey is still playing up inside of tier 2 though.
وصلوا له اللي هو اللعب الفيرتيكال وهذا اللي قاعدين نسمعه من الباك ايضا.
Or T2, not tier 2.
يعني ما في اي كونتست من عناصر فريق جي كي. خلاص جبنا بيك نبدا نتراجع. هذه الطريقه اللي قاعد يتعاملون فيها فريق جي كي.
It's gonna be a garage execute. They have 2 smokes. They got EMPs. There are mute jammers on the wall, but those get EMP'd off. No problem. Are there impacts? Nope.
بدأنا يفتح الوول اللي هو الايس. هل حيقدرون يسوون اكسكيوت على السايت؟ عندنا وول بانك قاعد يصير حاليا.
Kind of an insane swing from Seriously, but he kind of already got his one. Backing up there is not the right play. You kind of need to stick around. You know for a fact you're dead if you leave there.
ننتظر ونشوف مع بعض. اوه يا ساتر يا نسكن بري فاير يجيب فيها.
But like, this is already a bomb site where it's tough to hold 5 players in sight. So him dying there is not that big of a deal. Like realistically, he kind of expected to die on the roam up top. So the fact that he didn't, he kind of had a free life just to play around with.
حاليا راح نشوف تقدم من الهبانه يبدا انه يدخل او عفوا الايس يبدا انه يدخل الى السايد اللي هو توكانو. كيف راح يتعامل عناصر فريق جي كي؟ نشوف السموكات تبدا انها تنزل البلانت ايضا.
They fake the plants in the smoke, but if they're not quick, like they can't plant in the smoke at all. We walk into toxic babes, but it does no damage, so it's fine.
يبدا ينزل محتاج ينزل البلانت يا توكانو. توكانو راح يروح وصعبه حاليا الريكفر ونشوف حاليا.
Nicely played by Trix, man. Really nicely played by Trix.
راح يقدر يجيب
A
الراوند.
little bit too slow. They probably just should have planted in the smoke. I know why they didn't want to, because if that like some random fire into that smoke definitely just destroys you, and if they walk through, you're probably dead. Close round, honestly, close round. I don't think Twisted Minds did anything too badly there. They just kind of had to go a little bit faster.
والصراحه اذا بين لك شيء فانه يبين لك ان تريكس كان قاعد يتعامل مع انفورميشن.
Lake or ocean for summer swims?
الصراحه كان في الكثير والكثير من الساوند كيوز. انا اتوقع ان تريكس كان يتعامل.
I've very rarely been in the ocean.
الصراحه هو
بس
جدا
برد
ممتاز
الاعصاب.
I didn't grow up near the ocean, so I don't really know what it's like. I do. I mean, I have been in the ocean.
قدرنا نسوي شت داون.
The ocean's fun because it's so salty, so you like it's way easier to float, you know. But I'm always a little concerned about sharks.
صفر. هذه مو بأول مرة نشوف تيستد ماينز 3-0 ولكن جي كي مبدئيا على الورق.
Honestly, I don't think it really matters. What's more important is like getting the right beach. One that's not too busy, but like has some amenities nearby, like a toilet, maybe an ice cream shop. The weather is really important. I don't think beach versus lake is that important.
قاعد ياخذ الثلاث راوندات الاولى وداخلين على الثلاث راوندات الثانيه. 3 راوندات تفصلنا عن السويتش ونشوف.
Is it not better to swim in salt water? Like you float so easily. It's like impossible to drown.
1-1 هي نتيجة المابات ونشوف الحين الخريطة الثالثة عندنا بعد ما تدمرنا الكامل موجود على ناحية اللوبي.
God Monkey, I don't know who you are, so no.
على ناحية الاندري ستيرز راح يحاول انه يمسك الانجل.
You're snorkeling in a massive shark roll up on me. You're done with the ocean now. I know shark attacks are like statistically very, very rare. Dude, seriously, genuinely was droned in the middle of nowhere, had no cover, and then shit on Slevin. Oh my god. Slevin got put in the fucking dirt there. Seriously's feeling himself. Is Seriously the best player mechanically on GK? I think so. Brain-wise, absolutely not. But I think mechanically, Seriously is their best player. You wish you could see kill totals? Me too.
تتكلم عن دقيقة و50 ثانية والبيس والطاب جين كلها تم تسليمها لفريق تويستد ماينز فبالتالي ممكن ان نشوف اتاك كلين من ناحية تويستد رغم ان البيك الاجريسيف ما كان له داعي بالبداية.
That's crazy, Hooser.
عموما الموضوع ممكن قد يتم تعويضه يا كون.
ننتظر ونشوف مع بعض. عندنا يعني رجعوا خلينا نقول عناصر فريق جي كي الى السايت قاعدين يستخدمون شبه نفس الطريقة اللي تعامل فيها فريق توستد ماينز في الماب السابق ماب بنك. نشوف انه في اكستند او يكسرون درونات ياخرون وقت بعدين يبداون انهم يتراجعون الى.
Well, they got E-box open. What's the plan here, boys?
المختلف هذه المرة انه
They got a Ying, which they probably want to hit the back with. It's probably a full back take. Maybe J-Lo hits the freezer or something. But I imagine they're primarily trying to go back here. Do they have any more Twitch drones, I wonder? Because they really would like to pop these Goyo canisters. I think X-Key's doing a good job of shooting those Twitch drones, though. The fact that J-Lo is not currently on a Twitch drone trying to pop those canisters makes me think they're probably out of Twitch drones. They're gonna go bunker. I wish I knew how many fucking toxic babes the smoke had. I know we used at least one. We just saw that. They have no intel. Everybody's blind. Tucano's not blind enough, though. Good push off this Ying, to be honest. I don't know if it's good enough. I think the positions are still probably better for GK. I think GK win this.
حنشوف الروتيت حاليا قاعد يصير من عناصر فريق جي كي اللي عندهم علم انه ما في اي احد من الفريزر والمين ستيرز ما اتوقع عندهم علم ولكن 10 ثواني فقط متبقي للراوند يا محمد ما في اي ديناي وهذا اللي قاعد
no time. Oh 2v2
البيك الاول وعندنا ما في غيرك حاليا
no time.
حيقدر يجيب الراوند ولا لا
Not a bad attempt from GK. This is just a tough sight. Maybe they get in a little bit more together. They win a couple more fights. That maybe goes a bit better for them. But that's a tough sight. How'd that work? Healer just walked in. Well, I believe the elbow guy was blind. And then the guy that swang from E-Box was just a little caught off guard. He didn't think the guy would be so close. He's the best mechanical player on GK just because Hisham left. Yeah, so. Still counts. Hisham's a really nice kid. Really nice kid. I'm sad he's on a shitty team now. Hopefully he's getting the bag though.
فانا مستغرب انك ليش ما سووا بلانت؟ ليش قرروا انهم يسوون التلخبط هذا الكبير والتخبط الهجومي هذا الكبير اللي مو متعودين من ناحيه تويستد؟
محمد انا قاعد اعلق وقاعد انتظر البلانت ينزل لانه
Twisted Minds are not in that bad of a spot. Honestly, it's 4-0 down. GK are halfway to winning this game, more than. But 4-0 down, attacking Oregon is like kind of okay. It's unfortunate you lost your meeting attack because you kind of wanted to have that. But Dorms is kind of a 50-50 site. It's definitely favorable for defenders, but it's not bad to attack. And then round 6, it's gettable. It's gettable. Like a 4-2 is still super doable here. They need to knock it in their own heads. They need to not panic. They need to play their own game. But a 4-2 is like super gettable, and if you get a 4-2, you're great. If you get a 5-1, you're not feeling great, but you can still do it. If you get 6-0'd, you're probably cooked. But this is not that bad for Twisted Minds. It's not great, but it's not as bad as it looks, being down 4-0. Because in theory, you get to attack either Dorms twice or Dorms in a meeting. You should be able to win one of those. Honestly, you can probably win 2. GK playing a little aggressive, not as much as we saw from Falcons on this map earlier today, but trying to play a little aggro.
ممكن يشوفه تويستد قبل ما نروح للسويتشنج سايد بعدنا في الاتاك لتويستد وبنفس الوقت قاعدين نشوف تقريبا نفس السيت اب هذه المره من عناصر فريق جي كي ما في اي اختلاف نفس السيت اب يعني نفس الشيء في وجود الميوت فنفر ووردن فروست وايضا الارون هذه المره حنشوف في بوش من اللي هو سليب حيحاول انه ياخذ البيك تاور بطريقه اسرع عن المره اللي فاتت لان تاخروا كثير عناصر فريق تويستد اخر مره شفناهم في هذا السيت.
عموما نشوف الحين كيف راح يكون تشكيل هذا الراوند لان الاي ام بيز قاعد يتم استعمالها الحين. نسكن الشخص الموجود على ناحيه اروني ايضا قاعد يحاول انه يسوي هول ونشوف الدرون دينايل ايضا قاعدين نتكلم عن ما يقارب.
Good Flores work. You've cleared out trophy. You're denying a lot of strong positions. They still hold armory. This might catch them off guard. I don't know if they know that X key is an armory. Because like 90% of the time, you just give up armory as the defense, right? You generally don't hold this. And so if it's not droned, and they already cleared out trophy, They might just think, yeah, surely Armory's clear. We'll find out right now. They don't know. They don't have any fucking idea. I thought they had a ping on him. Oh no, he C4's JLo, and now they know. X-Key is actually just fucked on them. He gets 2 here? I mean, he doesn't need to. He doesn't need to push this. Change to the shoddy. Nice! X-Key! Dude, he's so good. He's so good. They actually blundered so hard. They just assumed it'd be clear. They're in their own heads. They're skipping steps, and it is costing them. I love that because, like, I feel like you'd expect a team like Falcons to just go for, like, a triple spawn peek or something when you're up 4-0 and you want to play aggressive after attack timeout to get in their heads. But they don't do that. They just play one player in a little bit of an aggro spot, and he gets a 4K. Beautiful. I think it's a smart play. I mean, obviously, yes, it's it's 100% on Twisted Minds to not drone that, but I don't think it's like that insane to have not droned it, you know? Like, I think it's smart to be playing in that position because that is just like something you don't expect of your Twisted Minds. And it, like, GK had to make the decision, like, we're gonna do something kind of aggressive, but not crazy aggressive. Yeah, it's more of a blunder on Twisted Minds than anything too crazy from GK, but I think it's still a smart move from GK to put somebody in that spot. And then X-Key played the... Was X-Key 0-3 before that round? Because he's got 4 kills right now. Alright, he gets his first kill of the game, maybe. But plays well, plays well.
الا اذا توستد عندهم كلام ثاني ننتظر ونشوف يا محمد بحكم ان توستد من الفرق
Mental's been gone after 0-3. Yeah, Mental feels pretty chalked.
الجيم اللي فات وايضا شفناهم
Mental's chalked and Tucano's going on the OSA. Ladies and gentlemen, congratulations to GK. Congratulations, GK, to qualifying to the Esports World Cup. They will be, I believe, the 7th team after 4 Brazilians, PSG from Korea, and Bliss from Australia. It's a meeting room OSA take. It looks like they want to bring it garage, which is even worse than a standard tower take. Kind of sad we don't get 2 from Korea. Yeah. Who got second? D+? The question is, like, would you rather have a 2nd from Korea or a 4th from Brazil? And I think you'd rather have a 4th from Brazil. Like, the Brazil lower bracket game would have been between, actually, if Brazil had only gotten 3, because of the way the bracket worked, it would have been Black Dragons versus Fluxo for the 3rd spot. Both Liquid and Furia would have missed out on the Esports World Cup if Brazil had only gotten 3. Because of the different format they use for... Because Brazil has a lower bracket with 4, but if it only had 3, it would have a 3rd place game rather than the lower bracket. Which maybe showcases why the format being used for North America and Europe is so dog shit, but... يمديك تقول ان فريق جي كي قدر انه يسوي كاونتر كامل فريق تويستد وفريق تويستد حاليا قاعد يعاني بدون انفورميشن 4 درون خلى 3 So you give Fear-X and Fluxo, where do I sign?
درونين بس باقي مع فريق خلها درون يا ساتر الانفورميشن دينايل اللي قاعد يصير جدا مرعب وللاسف على ما يبدو ان فريق تويستد قاعد يعاني بدون الانفورميشن والمعاناه
Can we ban this guy?
فرنشي قرر انه يقتل تويكس واول شت داون في هذا الراوند 4 ضد 5 50 ثانيه على المارك على ما يبدو ان فريق تويستد قاعد ينهار انهيار جدا تام للان 48 ثانيه ما عندهم اي انتري بوينت ما عدا البريتش الموجود على ناحيه السبليت وتريكس موجود عنده الى جانب سموك كانسترز الى جانب الفينرير ترابس فالانفورميشن موجود على لاعبين تويستد واليوتيليتي يوزج جدا موجود.
What a shit fucking operator, bro! What a shitty fucking op! God, I hate OSA. Oh my god, I hate this operator with my whole fucking life. Wow, you walked in and oh, the shield doesn't cover your head? Does it not cover your head? Did you get swung while you had a shield in front of you and died? Fucking bullshit ass off, man. Send him home. Send them out. Twisted Minds are chalked. They got bad strats. They're losing their ones. Their mental is out down the toilet. GK are the only good team in the Middle East.
تتكلم يا محمد ان توستد ماينز محتاجين 6 راوندات ورا بعض.
Above is mini siege. Type in chat. You might see yourself play.
ياخذونه معاهم الى الاوفر تايم. بالطرف المقابل فريق
You're good, Axel.
عندهم بعد هذا الراوند.
How many attacking wins in this entire BO3? Let's check. Let's count them up.
اذا ما مشت معاهم.
I didn't watch map 1, so if Wikipedia doesn't have it, I don't. But
وراوند يفصل جي. تتكلم عن
alright, map 1 had 3 attacking wins. All of them were from GK. Map 2 had 3 attacking wins. GK had 1, and then Twisted Minds had 2. And then this one will have 1. So that's 7 attacking wins through 21, 27, 28 rounds if this is a 7-0. If this is a 7-0, there will be 7 attacking wins out of 28 rounds total. Which is pretty abysmal. If this goes 7-5, then that's so much worse too. What happened with Falcons? Falcons lost to this Twisted Minds team. They played really poorly. Honestly, Falcons looked even worse than Twisted Minds. Like that was not a game that Twisted Minds had to play like crazy to win. Falcons just played really bad. Oh my god. And he got flashed by his fucking teammate, bro. That was 2 free kills coming through from X-Key. And then he gets flashed.
كي على بعد خطوة واحدة من كأس العالم على بعد خطوة واحدة من إنه يروح إلى
Twisted Minds attack rate in this series is 2 over 4 plus 5 is 9 plus 6 is 15. Twisted Minds are 2 for 15 on their attacks. They've won 2 and they've lost 13. Top of the screen is Mini Siege. If you type in chat, you might see yourself playing. And you can see the leaderboards for Mini Siege in the Discord.
رغم ان هذا اول راوند لهم ولكن المباراه كان فكره جيده على ما يبدو ان فرير كان ممكن انه يتدمج ولكن كلاش تلعب دورها الحين بانها تمنع هذا الشيء من انه يصير تريكس.
Ooh, I like that. I like that from the observer. That was kind of smooth. They have no answers to the clash, despite Capitao being on the board and also having a free shot at the back of Clash's head earlier in this round, but Twix will get the 3K, the Clash will save the day, the push is kind of all over the place with 2 players sitting in the back and then everybody else sitting in the front, but it's only 1. You chalk it up to good D or bad attacks. I would say it's mostly bad attacks, but the defense is also good from GK, you know. On GK, you got like seriously playing quite aggressive and hitting some really good shots. Frenchie's been playing pretty good anchor positions. You know, nothing bad from GK on the defense overall. Twisted Minds have had some fucking weird bad setups. Like their open area setup on Bank, I did not like. Although they did win with that setup, which again just kind of shows the strength of the region attacking overall. Chalet attacks were ash from Twisted Minds? Yeah, they were really bad. Their bank attacks weren't great. They weren't great, but they got it done.
لان تويستد مايندز رجعوا من نتائج زي كذا ما اتكلم على انها نفس الحده حقت 6-0.
Yeah, I would say this game has mostly been a case of Twisted Minds cannot attack.
وقدروا يرجعون منها. فوش اللي يمنعهم
More so than anything else, that's definitely the biggest factor.
يعني اوكي كان 3-0 ما بين مختلفين ولكن هذه المره ما بواحد فهم مطالبين انهم يجيبون 6.
Imagine there are no attacking rounds on the last map. If there are no attacking rounds on the last map, Twisted Minds likely have, I don't know for sure, but I'm going to guess because I'm going to guess because GK chose attacking or chose to start on defense in regulation. I'm going to guess that Twisted Minds get to choose what side they want to start on in overtime. So Twisted Minds probably have defense OT. So in theory, Twisted Minds, as long as GK don't win a single attack, do have the advantage in this final map. If you assume that both teams are god-awful at attacking, Twisted Minds are actually in the lead right now. Because Twisted Minds don't need to win an attack to win this game. They just need to win every single defense with a man disadvantage. And one guy who is locked in closet. Tucano is actually stuck in the closet. Now they don't have a buck, or okay, sorry, they don't have a. He gets out. How does he get out, bro? I was gonna say don't have a Capitao. They do have a buck. He gets out anyways, so it doesn't matter. They also have a Sens. I haven't mentioned it because, like, what the fuck are they doing with the Sens here? I don't know if I've ever... No, way back when Sens came out, there was a strat where you use Sens at the top of white stairs. So basically cut the map in two and cut off, like, any players inside of kids from, like... anybody over inside a trophy, but like, it's so hard to get control of one of those two sides in general, I feel. We'll see. I want to see what the strat with Sens is. I'm not going to knock it till I see it. It might be good. Also, if they can get 2 picks, i.e. catch Tucano lacking in the closet, or J-Lo, if they can just get 2 picks anyways, the sense doesn't really matter. There's your third. X-Key is eating good today. It's all on Slebin, who of course is baiting in the basement, coming up to save the game down 6-1. I'm pretty sure Neskin jumped into a frost mat, so that's 1. That's 2. They did pick up Neskin though. Diffuse Kid is down. He's fighting ghosts. And GK will find the one and only spot from Mena going into the Esports World Cup. Congratulations. Oh, kind of trolling there at the end, but kind of trolling the whole game if we're being real. Congratulations to those that bet on GK. Mystery Carp, the big winner today. Are we surprised? Not really. Not really. Esports World Cup continues to have literally every single favorite make it so far. That's insane. So we'll take a look now. So they are indeed the 7th team to lock it in. FaZe, W7M, Liquid, Furia all locked it in a couple days last week. Bliss and Talon locked in last week. GK locked in now. Asia will be continuing tonight. Those games start in 13 hours. These matches will be streamed. At least one of the semifinals and grand finals will be streamed. I will not be co-streaming. Then I think it's LATAM, which we will be co-streaming tomorrow. Quarterfinals are tonight. These will not be broadcasted. Semifinals and grand finals are tomorrow afternoon/tomorrow evening. I will be watching those. Then Japan, Europe, and North America will be the final 3 regions to send out teams. All of them will be decided Sunday. Japan obviously first because it's the earliest time zone. Europe will send 2 teams on Saturday, 1 on Sunday. North America will send 2 teams Saturday, 1 on Sunday. Qualification games will be streamed. None of the others will. And I think that's all for us today, chat. I want to thank you for coming by. I really appreciate you guys coming and supporting the stream. On a bit more serious note, I know we did get denied partner, but I'm not too upset by it. I think the stream's been really popping off recently. I'll say it here too. I'll probably tweet this once the official announcement comes out. But as of yesterday, I have officially turned down my offer to work the Esports World Cup. So I will not be going to Saudi Arabia for the tournament this year. I went last year. No hate to anybody who's going. But one of the reasons why I chose not to go is because of you guys, because the stream's been going so well these last couple of days. So I know when Esports World Cup actually happens, there'll be a lot of co-streamers. If you want to go watch other people, that's totally fine. But I still appreciate everybody who's been watching so far. And if you continue to stick around and continue to watch as we continue covering the qualifiers and Element 3 and Esports World Cup as a whole, I'd appreciate it. It's been a lot of fun. It's been really, really enjoyable. I know it wasn't live the last 2 days for Element 3, but the rest of Element 3 I do want to cover. So you're going to be getting a ton of more streams from me over the course of the summer and hopefully in the fall too. I don't plan on turning down the NAL. I haven't gotten offered yet, but fingers crossed. Blast doesn't want to cut me. I do want to be co-streaming EU and Brazil and be doing some analysis streams, maybe some gameplay streams. There's a lot of cool stuff to do. So, unfortunately, Flynn, I'll be live even more going forward in the future. So, thank you guys all for coming by. Again, hope to see you tomorrow. We're going to be watching Hispanic LATAM. The stream tomorrow is going to be a little bit later, just because the Hispanic region starts a bit later. But I will be live. So, join the Discord if you want to get notified. Twitch noties kind of suck. I just closed my Twitch. Join the Discord if you're not already. Follow along if you can. And I'm going to see you guys tomorrow. So, have a good one. Stay safe. We might raid somewhere at the end of the stream. I'll find, see if there's anybody there. But otherwise, I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good night, guys.
I talk to aliens at night. They don't want us to waste our time. So boy, take my hand, we'll fly past the sun and right into the sky.
Chat, we're rating Dream. Jump in.